Okay, hello everybody. Nicodemus Kane back once again. It is Sunday. It is April the 26th, 2020. I said May, and I know I corrected myself in the last video, but somebody had to point that out. So it's April the 26th. Okay, I got it. It's good. Anyways, I just kind of got to come on here real quick. I found some info out about that glorious patent that we were talking about, the WO2020060606. Apparently, there's some really interesting stuff inside of it. Last night, while I was down here just listening to videos, just kind of messing around, I was listening to the Observation Deck. I don't know if you guys know him or not. Um, he's got some good information that it's good to sit back and listen to and study into and see what exactly he's talking about. But he was going over this patent, and there's some stuff hidden inside of this patent that I want to bring to people's attention. Now, I'm not going to go into like complete detail about this. I'm just going to show you that it's there, and I'm going to let you go out and do your own research, because I can just tell you something and you can believe it, or you can just throw it away and do nothing with it. But until you actually see it with your own eyes, you're never going to really understand exactly what's going on. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to hold your hand through this. I'm just going to go show you where this is, and I'm going to show you what's going on. I might give you an opinion. That's all it is. It's just an opinion. I don't have any hardcore facts here. I'm just seeing things, and we're just kind of putting it together. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll pop over here. And this is, like I said, this is the Observation Deck. This is the video he did, the not so obvious patents. Is this really about blockchain mining? It's good stuff. Go find this. Check it out. But let's go to the patent itself. And, of course, this is the patent, WO2020060606. We just love that number. It's just so great. There's a lot of people starting to talk about this now. It's really starting to become a thing. But this is the cryptocurrency thing, like I said, where there's a sensor that's on your person that you do a movement or something goes on. It's pretty much the abstract of it is body activity data may be generated based on the sense body activity of the user. So basically, if you do a motion, and whatever that motion is will be picked up by a device that will be sent to the communication network, to a server, and to the cryptocurrency system, and whatever that motion is will let you mine cryptocurrency. Okay, fine, whatever. So up here at the top, what we didn't do, we just looked at the abstract of it. The abstract of it is scary within itself. It's basically saying that there's going to be some kind of sensor in your body that, they're going to tell you just to repeat a motion and to, do a certain thing, and you'll be able to mine cryptocurrency. That's basically what we saw. What we didn't do is go into the detail. Now, of course, the description is here. And the description is a whole big, long, monstrous thing. I don't know if the description is the same as what is on this other side, but we're gonna go ahead and do this. So what he did was he went to the documents, and you go into the documents. You have all these random documents. These are status reports and declarations, and this is all office internal crap like this. When you come way down here to the bottom, the third from the bottom, this is the way he talked about it. It's the application body as filed. This is basically the PDF that they sent to the patent office, and it contains all the details. It's 34 pages. When you click that link, it takes forever and a day to load in. It took me at least a minute or two just sitting here just waiting, just like, ugh, come on. And a minute or two may not seem like much, but in computer terms, it's like, why is this taking so long? So I pulled it up in another window here, or another tab. This is a tab. I pulled it up in another tab here, and this is what that is. It's 34 pages. The first little bit of it is nothing. This is just the background. This is just basically talking about what cryptocurrency is, and the virtual currency, there's a digital currency, yada yada yada. This is all stupid nonsense. Several cryptocurrencies exist. Blockchain is a data structure that stores a list of transactions, yada yada yada. This is all nonsense. So we come down here to the summary. Some exemplary embodiments of the thing. Provide a user a solution to mining challenges in cryptocurrency systems. Okay, now of course I was saying that's or what the observation deck, what he was saying was that that's not how blockchains or crypto mining works. Crypto mining is a it's a computer program. We can't make movements and mine current. I'm sure there's a way. They've apparently made a patent. I don't know. Um, but I always thought this was you took a computer and you had it running in a program and it sat there and it mined data. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was you're slowly mining data over and over, and every time you mine a certain amount of data, you get a crypto coin or whatever. I thought that's what it was. I don't know. I don't do cryptocurrency. I don't. I have enough money of my own. I'm not worried about this. There was there was a guy I used to work for. He was going crazy about Bitcoin and trying to get me into it. And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna. I'm just here to live. I'm not here to worry about all this other stuff. Anyways, some exemplary embodiments of the present disclosure may use human body activity associated with a task provided to a user as a solution to mining challenges in cryptocurrency systems. For example, a brainwave or body heat emitted from the user when the user performs a task provided by an information or service provider, such as viewing advertisement or using certain internet services, can be used in the mining process. What does that mean? Such as viewing advertisement or using certain internet services can be used in the mining process. So basically what they're saying is if you brainwaves or body heats, well for starters, if they're doing brainwaves, that means that they got to be putting something either on or in your head in order to be able to pick up brainwaves. Correct? Am I wrong on that? Now I have already heard it was actually TrueStream Media had come out a while back saying that they had a technology now that they were starting to test in courtrooms that would be able to not only tell if you were telling the truth or telling a lie, but it would almost literally tell them what you were thinking at the time that it was happening. And it didn't have to be hooked up to you. Like they could do this to you across the room. I don't know if that's true or not. I would say go try to find that. But such as viewing advertisement or using certain internet service, like you're literally just sitting there on your phone and they could be mining cryptocurrency off of you. That's weird. Like you're getting paid to look at advertisements? What? I mean, I made the joke, maybe it's, you're just sitting at home and masturbating. That's what the movement could be for you to be able to mine, currency or cryptocurrency. But this is just watching. You could literally be watching TV, and see an advertisement. That's weird, man. I don't know about that. I don't want people inside of my brain. It's a massive computation work required by some conventional cryptocurrency system. Data generated based on the body activity of the user can be a proof of work, and therefore a user can solve the computational difficulty problem unconsciously. And see, that's what it is. Computationally difficult problem. That's computers. That's how the computers. That's how they mine data. That's the computer tries to figure out this data program. I don't know how exactly it works, and you get a Bitcoin for it. I thought that's what this was. But a user can solve the problem unconsciously, not consciously. You don't know you're consciously doing it, but unconsciously you're doing it. You're mining coin, and you don't. It could be one of those things where they say, if you're doing this and you're doing it unconsciously, then we'll pay you so much for looking at an advertisement. We'll pay you so much for staying on your phone for so many hours, but we're still going to take 90% of it and give you 10% of it. That's very well what they could do. This is all about money. It's always been about money and who has more and who has less. Accordingly, certain Exemplary embodiments of the present disclosure may reduce computational energy for the mining as well as make the mining process faster. Why? Why are you having... Okay. My thing on cryptocurrency is it's not about the money so much as it's about data. They love to have data. They have so much money now they don't need it anymore. They just want to be able to know every little thing about you possible. They want to know what you're writing on your computer, what you're doing on your computer. They want to know if you're going to the bathroom. They want to know if you're having sex. They want to know, if you're not having sex. They want to know everything. They want total and complete control. That's what this whole thing has been about. Is just total and complete control. And this gets into that. This whole thing gets into how much control they want to have, and it's scary. It's scary just how much control they want to know about you. And once they know it, it's their control. It's what it is. Systems, methods, and hardware aspects of computer, blah blah blah. According to various environments, sensor communicatively coupled to or comprised in the device of the user. In the device of the user may sense body activity of the user. So it's the device of the user. It could be a phone. It could start there, but it could move into something. If you're doing brainwave activity, that means that they got to put something in your head, either in or on your head. Cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled with device may verify whether body or not. Examples are implemented as computer process, yada, yada, yada. I mean, this is just the summary. We haven't even got to the good stuff yet. Brief description of drawings. This is, the figures and stuff. Okay, here's the detailed description of embodiments. Like I said, go find this. Go read some of this. Go read it word for word. I haven't read it word for word, but I have skimmed through it and I looked for the stuff that the observation deck he was pointing out, and I was like, dude. Following detailed description is therefore not to be taken in a limiting sense. The scope of the invention is defined only by the appended claims and equivalents thereof. Term cryptocurrency may mean digital currency, yada, yada, yada. The system, method, and computer program products described therein may be applied to both centralized and decentralized cryptocurrency networks or databases. Figure 1, task server, yada, yada, yada. This is a lot of just gobbledygook. Where's this? Oh, hold on a second. Database server, cloud server, for example, task server 110, which is, they're just talking about what it is. May be at least of a web server delivering or serving up web pages, an application server handling applications. This is what it could be on. Cloud server, database server, file server, a service server, a game server implementing games or services for a game. You could play video games and be mining cryptocurrency, is what they're saying. And a media server delivering media such as streaming video or audio. Now again, that goes back to watching an advertisement and mining cryptocurrency. Why? See, that's weird. And some people may think, hey, that's cool. I get to sit and watch TV all day. And man, we are not made to sit and watch TV all day. It's just not what we're supposed to do. You sit and watch TV all day, you're going to get brainwashed. That's just all there is to it. May include wired or wireless connection, the internet or some form of connection. And I don't know. I'd have to go look at what these numbers were inside of the diagrams. I don't have the diagram pulled up for me. I mean, I do. We could literally, we could just come over here and look at it. I mean, there's other diagrams too. 120, that could be a wireless, that's a communication network. That could be the wireless system that they were talking about. User device 3 may include any device capable of processing and storing data information and communicating over the communication network. For example, user device 130 may include personal computers, servers, cell phones, tablets, laptops, smart devices. That's all it goes. User device, that's what it may include. It also may include other stuff that they haven't talked about yet, or that we haven't seen, like some kind of neural netting, or neural webbing that certain people in the world are talking about right now. Something that you can have implanted into your head to help us fight AI. Apparently, it's what it was. AI is going to be so bad that we have to have some kind of neural netting to keep us, to keep us human, to keep the AI from becoming better than we are. And we need to put this stuff in our head, and that could be part of this. It's all a big puzzle. It's all just one big puzzle piece after another, and it fits together and it connects, and it just keeps going and going, and it's insane. Sensor 140 is the sensor itself. Sensor 140 may transmit information to user device 130. Sensor 140 may include, for example, but not limited to, functional magnet resonance imaging, which is MRIs, scanners and sensors, EEG sensors. I'm not going to read that big long thing. Near infrared spectroscopy sensors, heart rate monitors, thermal sensors, optical sensors, radio frequency sensors. You guys know what a radio frequency sensor is? That is RFID, radio frequency identification. That is exactly what that is. They are saying that you could have an RFID chip inside of you that could very well send your information to your device, which will send it to the cloud, which will send it to their yada yada yadas. Ultrasonic sensors, cameras, and any other sensor or scanner that can measure or sense body activity or scan human body. Now, he brought up one about the thermal sensors, about how that is how they're trying to normalize getting your temperature scanned at the doorways of buildings. And he said that's kind of interesting how the thermal scanner has something to do with that, and this is also saying, or any other sensor or scanner that can measure or sense body activity. Very interesting stuff when you kind of put it together. It may mean nothing. I may just be throwing spitballs at the wall, but it's inside of here. They put it inside of this, and then they put it on the internet. And if you don't see it, you'll never know it exists. So, for instance, the MRI may measure body activity by detecting changes associated with blood flow. What? If your blood gets flowing a certain way, then we can detect the changes, and then we can start mining cryptocurrency because of it. Wow. May use the magnetic field and radio waves to create digital images of the body. Yada yada yada. Now again, it's broad. It's when you put it in perspective of what we know we can do with like MRIs and EEGs, where you have to be in this room with this big huge thing. That's fine, but you have to remember that the people at the top are 20 years ahead of us. They don't have to have a big huge machine in a room. They've probably put it down to like some kind of tricorder like device where they can just literally just scan you, by holding it out. And it could very well be in our phones already, for all we know. I mean, they update the phones every year. And they're putting stuff in there that we don't know what the hell it is. I saw a video of a guy that took the screen off of a Samsung, and there's a hidden camera inside of it. I don't know if that's true or not. But I mean, if we're talking about it, then what the hell, right? I was kind of thinking about this. What is this? The material shows one example of how MRI can measure brain activity associated with visual information, generate image. Can't. Newsberkeley.edu, 2011 brain movies, and generate image data. See, they already get out of here. They already have means to be able to generate image data from your mind. I'm sure it goes along with that Truth Stream Media thing, like I was saying, is they can tell they're testing this to tell if you're telling the truth or not, and it's going to the point to where they can tell what you're thinking or not. It's just absolutely insane. Include other processes for processing commands or one of the this is more yada yada yada. It may be a decentralized network, maybe a decentralized blockchain network. I'm sure they want it to be centralized. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make everything centralized so that they have control over it. Compute service may include, yeah, smart devices, smart watches, smart televisions. There you go. Just by watching TV. 210. Compute 210. It's not on this figure. There are no other figures. Where are the drawings? These are all sideways. I'm not going through all that. But just the wording of it means that they can use certain devices against you. I am just thankful that I was able to buy the last 2 non-smart TVs that I could find. There's still some out there, but I am so glad my TVs are stupid, because I cannot. I don't think I could exist with a smart TV in this house. I really couldn't. And yes, I still watch TV. I don't watch network television. We watch Hulu, and 9 times out of 10 we were watching a show from like the 1990s, and I pay extra for no ads. I do. That's what I do. We play games more than anything else. Communication between yada yada yada. And this is all. I mean, it's there's a lot of gobbledygook in here, but it's the what's this? Tasks include. Okay, wait a minute. Method 300 begins at operation blah blah blah. Provides one or more tasks to device 130 of user 145 over communication network 120. Tasks include, for example, but not limited to, watching or listening information, e.g. advertisement for a certain time, using services, a search engine, chatbot, email, social media, networking service, or any internet or web service, uploading or sending information or data to a website. Now, again, this is, or a network. Now, this isn't just, oh, hey, if you, it's like those websites they got now that if you write a review, we'll send you 20 cents for every word or something, something ridiculous like that. Or if you go into a store, you think about those apps where you go into a store, and as soon as you walk into the store, it will give you like a coupon or discount. This isn't what they're talking about. This isn't like your phone is doing it for you. This is talking about your body. Regardless of where your phone is, your body is mining cryptocurrency. What you are doing. Think about that for a second. I mean, it's the perfect storm of, let's lock you away in your house and let's have you sit on your couch and do absolutely nothing watching TV, and you can mine cryptocurrency for us. Or you can, no, this isn't even cryptocurrency. It's not about money. They're paying you to mine data. They're paying you to mine data for them. It's what it is. And that's what it will become. It may seem harmless. Cryptocurrency may seem harmless. But if they're finding a way that they can use your energy to mine data for them, no matter what the data is, that's nefarious, man. That's absolutely nefarious. You know what that is? That's literally the Matrix. That's literally the Matrix. They have you inside of a shell, doing nothing, enjoying. VR has become such a thing now that you could just lay back and put your VR glasses on, and your body, your brain waves, could mine data for them. You are literally becoming a battery to feed the machine. And it's not about the money, because I think that whole cryptocurrency thing, it just sounds so ridiculous. You're mining money out of thin air is what it is. But people put that monetary value on the data that you're mining, and they want all the data. They don't want half the data. They want all of it. They want every single little bit of it. And there are still secrets out there in the world that they can still get. And this is how they're going to get everybody to help them know everything, to mine everything. And it's going to get to the point to where when you can't mine data anymore, we're going to mine your memories. We're going to sell your memories. This kind of stuff gets to the point to where it's going to be, you're going to sell individual parts of your body Not just, selling an arm, selling a hand, but mining it or selling individual parts of your mind. What's there, because your mind is your freedom. It's your soul. It's what makes you you. And that's what I think it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to them having complete and total control over your mind. I mean, they've already got most of it. You're believing whatever they're saying, they're putting out on the TVs, or most people are believing it. I'm not trying to talk to anybody specifically, but you know what I mean. They've already got that. They've already found that they can get massive amounts of people to believe whatever they want to believe. So now it's just a matter of we need to get inside and find out every single little thing these people are understanding, believing, all their hopes and dreams and yada yada yada, and we can turn that around and turn that into a data mining thing where we can mine even more data. That's what it is. And there's something really nefarious at the very end of it that we haven't seen yet. But it's all this big, huge, and this is just it's just an opinion. I mean, it's just the way that I see it. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it could work like that or not. I'm sure it could. I mean, hell, we're talking about it's the year 2020, and we're out here talking about parallel universes. I was sitting here thinking before I started this, I was like, when the hell did we start talking about this like it was real? When did we start talking about this kind of stuff where they could put a sensor inside of your body that you could literally mine money for other people just by watching TV? I'm a kid of the 80s. I was born in the late 70s, and I grew up in the 80s where this stuff wasn't even remotely a thing. This stuff wasn't even remotely a thing 10 years ago. But now we're here talking about it, and it's like, when did this become a thing? But we're here. We're here, and we know that they're not using this stuff just to let us look at pictures of cute and cuddly bunnies so that we can have a living wage. And that ties into that too. It ties into the whole universal basic income thing as well. You sit there and watch TV all day and just veg out and do nothing and don't go outside and just be a good little puppet, and we'll pay you money. That's how it works. It's how it works. It's almost brilliant when you think about how nefariously evil it is. It's like there is no bad guy, no Bond villain on TV ever that could have ever come up with something like this. I mean, it's just so nefarious and in your face, and it just all ties together. Am I saying that's what's going to happen? I don't know. It's got to be stopped. It just has to be stopped, because this is where it's going. It reminds me of that movie. I have to blow my nose. Hold on a second. There was a movie back in the 80s or the 90s. I cannot remember what it is called. We're going to go ahead and look it up. Bruce Campbell. Let's see, IMDb. But it was back in the 90s, I think. Look down here. It was not Evil Dead. I can tell you that right now. But it was about a woman. Mindwarp, maybe? Let's see. Post-apocalyptic 2037, Julia rebels against the AI-ruled utopia where people live in a happy VR simulation. Yes, Mindwarp. If you guys can go check that out, go check that out. So basically what this is... Am I still on the... Yeah, I'm still on the thing. Basically what this is was this woman, what they do is they... are there any pictures for this? Technical... What it is they have these people inside of these, they don't have any of these things. But this woman wakes up in her house, and it's like this virtual reality system And she wakes up, she just doesn't want to do it. She wants to go outside. She wants to see things and do things and live life, live in reality. And so she gets up out of this thing and she steps outside. See, here it is. Here's these little VR machines. It's the Matrix. It's almost literally the Matrix. And I always liked it whenever the Matrix came out. I was like, dude, I've already seen this movie. It's Mindwarp. But she goes out and she finds that everything outside is post-apocalyptic. It's all torn up and beat down, and so she goes out there and she finds out that the real world is just terrible. Everybody's killing each other and fighting each other, and it's all mutant, it's all Mad Max and stuff like that. And she finds this guy and helps her get away from these mutants and yada 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 and all this stuff. And at the very end of it, it turns out that was a simulation within itself. And she wakes up out of this simulation and she just gets up, she goes to eat, and then she comes back to her thing, she sits back down and she veges out again inside of the VR world. And every time they say stuff like this, where they're talking about you could just sit back and just do nothing all day and just earn your money and earn your universal basic income and just pay for your own house. And that's what that is. It's literally the Matrix, except in that movie they weren't using her energy to feed the machine. It was just, the world sucked so bad that they just wanted all the rich people just wanted to veg out. It's like predictive programming at its absolute finest. Again, it's diabolically brilliant. Not in a good way though, but I mean, it's you understand what I mean. It's just the way that they put it together, and they've been showing it to us. And it's like the Matrix. What they're doing is what this patent does is it says we can turn you into a living machine, so that all you got to do is stay at home and watch TV and watch advertisements. Don't leave your house. Don't go outside. Don't have any joy. All you got to do is hook yourself up to this machine. Let us into your mind. Let us understand what you're doing. And then what we will do is we will let you mine cryptocurrency, and then we will give you whatever you mine, even though they're probably taking something off the back end. All you got to do is just let us use your body so that we can mine data. And what the data is probably going to wind up being, like I said, our memories. Our memories, our thoughts, our ideas, they feed on this stuff. They live on this stuff. It's what it is. It's the essence of adrenochrome. If you guys don't know what that is, go look that stuff up. It's that essence. It's the essence of our souls, of our lives. It's what they want. Total and complete control. And then they feed on it. What it is. It's literally feeding the machine. It's feeding the beast. This is what this is. It all ties together. Why are we here talking about this? Why are we here talking? It blows my mind. It just absolutely blows my mind. This shouldn't be a thing. None of this should be a thing. But it is. We're here. And it's inside of a patent, for crying out loud. Tasks include, but not limited to watching, listening, search engines, chatbots, emails, uploading and sending information. And then it gets crazier. Just to give you a perspective on it, body activity user. All right, here's the crazy one. At Operation 320, when or after 145 performs the tasks provided by Task Server 110, which we are number 145. That is us. We are number 145. Once we do the task that is provided by Task Server 110, which is the server, which is probably a D-Wave, and then transmit the sensed body activity of user 145 to user 130. The body activity may include, for example, but not limited to, radiation emitted from the human body, brain activities. Now, there is another place on this where they say that the radiation emitted and the brain activities could be the same thing. Body fluid flow, e.g. blood flow. Organ activity or movement. Organ activity. body fluids, not just blood. It could be urine and poop too. They want to know when you poop. That's how sick these people are. Organ activity or movement. Again, that's your organs. That's what your body's doing. What kind of something is going to be how much control do they have to be able to find out what your organs are doing inside your body? Now, I know that you can already wear a watch that can tell you, what your heart is doing, what your lungs are doing. I know they have the ports now that you can put inside that can tell you how your liver's doing and how. So, I mean, it's cyborg technology at this point. It absolutely is. Body movement, which I said, it could be a standard movement that goes over and over and over again. And any other activities that can be sensed and represented by images, waves, signals, texts, numbers, degrees, or any other form of information or data. They're represented by images. Well, that could be images of blood flow. Examples of body radiation emitted from human body may include radiant heat of the body, such as thermal checking, pulse rates, which I said we already have monitors for that, or brainwave, which means you have to have a sensor in or around your brain. Brain waves may comprise, for example, but not limited to, gamma waves, including learning or memory tasks, beta waves, including logical thinking or conscious thought, alpha waves, which may be related to subconscious thoughts, theta waves, may be related to thoughts involving deep and raw emotions. They want your emotions too. This, what was I can't remember where the one was where the guy was talking about some kind of, I don't think it was cryptocurrency, it was something else where he was saying that we can take some kind of, I can't remember it now, man. It might have been on TruthStream Media too. But he was talking about using our thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts and emotions have their own energy signature that comes out of us, and they can use those thoughts and emotions to be able to manipulate, what we do. Let's go check that out. I love TruthStream Media. If you guys aren't subscribed to these guys, go find them out. I don't remember if it was that. It might have been in the fear thing. I don't remember exactly, but they were talking to somebody, and like I said, it was about, your body gives off that certain amount of energy through your emotions, and then we can harness that energy of your emotions. I mean, that's total and complete control. Like I said, if it's one thing that I don't think they can manipulate our brains. I'm sure they can. They can make us do certain things, but there's still a point where everybody kind of cracks. And there's still this. It's got to be something where there's still a bit of the brain that they just can't get. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to find that last possible bit way deep down, that subconscious level that they're trying to either find or manipulate or make sure that it doesn't move. And delta waves, which may be included in sleep or deep relaxation. So you'd be doing this in your sleep, or EEG. Which measurements include the electrical activity of the brain, such as deep concentration. Examples of the body movement may include eye movements, facial movement, or any other muscular movements. This goes back to, like I said about the Metropolis, about the guys that are down there turning the useless knobs just to keep the engine running. Furthermore, brain activity can be sensed using the MRI, but detectors, yes. This technique relies on the fact that the cerebral blood flow and neuronal activity are coupled. When an area of the brain is in use, blood flow. I mean, they're talking some heavy scientific crap here, man. It's just absolutely insane. Operation 410, the body activity may include Central 140, may be codified in symbolic forms, such as letters, numbers, and a string comprising a sequence of characters. In one example, the body activity can be codified by extracting one or more values from the sense body activity, such as minimum and or maximum amplitude of frequency of a body activity signal. brainwaves. This is making me hurt. This is making me hurt. My head hurts. This sucks. I don't even want to get into this. Digging into this analog hash stuff, which is how the actual program might read it. You guys need to go download this and read this. Like I said, this is on the actual web page. It's in documents, and it's the third one from the bottom. The application body is filed. Like I said, all this other stuff, it looks like it's just concerning submission and transmittal. It's all request for change under rule, yada yada yada. But this is the one right here. If you guys want to learn this, go find this, check it out. Put this stuff together. And like I said on this, look up the stuff, anything that has to do with the mine stuff for TruthStream, and then go look at the observation deck. Yes, go look his up. Go look this one up. He has a lot more information on this. I'm not going to sit here and go through all this, but it all ties together. It's all this big, huge conglomeration of nonsense that you can see where it's going, and it's just insane. It's just absolutely insane. It's bigger. It's bigger than you could have ever remotely thought it was, and I can't. I'm not versed well enough to be able to sit back and say this is this and that is that, and be able to put it all together. That's why I'm putting this out for other people to be able to go look at it. And if you can find something more, then I'm asking you to do your own videos. Tell everyone what you have found. Put it out there. Point it out to people that you might know might see this stuff. Because it was one thing, 5 years ago, whenever I tried to wake my friends up by saying, did you know that we're talking about parallel worlds and waking up, sleeping evil, not Orwellian, Lovecraftian gods, and they're talking about these computers, that are almost living and yada yada yada. And we're trying to. You've got people that are talking about opening up portals to other world. When I tried to talk about that stuff, nobody listened to me because nobody thought it was real. But now we're to the point where it's like everybody knows that and nobody cares. And now this is out here, and now it's like, did you know that they have some kind, or they're patenting some kind of technology now that can go inside your body and can mine cryptocurrency or mine data and then give you cryptocurrency for it just by watching TV? I mean, this is the Matrix. It's literally the Matrix. It's what this is. It's the Matrix. It's Mindwarp. It's what was the other one I was thinking of? I was thinking of another one earlier, and it's past. It's long past my head now. But it's like all of these weird, demented stories that we heard. It's 1984. It's Brave New World. It's all of this stuff conglomerating into one thing, and we know that their intentions are not good. Their intentions are definitely not good, because this doesn't give us anything worthwhile. This doesn't. All this does is pay us to do their bidding, is what it is. And what we are giving them is complete and total control in order to have this. And that's not what we should be doing. That's it's nuts. It's crazy. I don't even know why I'm talking about this stuff. One last thing before we go. We already talked about the publication date, the 3/26. I think this one, was it the same dates? Yes, it was a 3/26. All right. I didn't know, because I know whenever dude was talking about it, he said 3/26. I was like, ha ha ha. But then I kind of stopped and thought, no, wait. That's the same as the publication date. Never mind. So I'm good. That 3/26 and the 9/23 and the 2/39, and I know I talked about that a little bit in the last video. I don't know if anybody ever saw it, but we watched the Avengers, the first Avengers, Marvel Avengers, last night, Man, they code the bigger movies way more than they code the smaller movies. I'll tell you what, every other second, and I might go through that movie again and pull out every single place where I saw, a 239 or 42 or a 13, or I might pull those out and we just might do a whole video just based on that. I don't know. There was so much encoded in that movie. It was absolutely insane. You want to know how subtle it is? How subtle the coding is? This is going way off of the cryptocurrency stuff, but it's so subtle that at the very end of it, Captain America goes to the cops and he tells the cops, I want people in this building, and I want this over here, and I want to have blockades all the way down to 39th Street, yada yada yada. And the cop, when he repeats it back to the people, it's very subtle, but it was right there. I need to have roadblocks down to 39th Street. 239. It's very subtle, very, very subtle, but it's all over that movie. It was so blatant and in your face in that movie, and I was like, just stop. Stop it. You're ruining the movie for me. It's what it's gotten down to. It's just ruining movies for me because I can't watch movies without a critical eye anymore. By the way, a 73, I just figured it out. I'm starting to figure out different ways they do it too. A 73 is a 923. It's 9 minus 2, 73. I'm sorry. I just got that. I got that last night and I was like, oh, that makes sense. That sucks so bad. Crap. Oh well. Anyways, what was the other one too? There was a 45. There was a lot of 45s. I don't know. I did the 45s and what was the other one? There's a couple other ones too. There was a 105, there was a 101, there was I don't know, they're all over that movie. Well, I'm not going to do that in this one. I just wanted to show you guys this. This was just, it's nefarious. It's just pure evil. I don't even know. It just blows my mind. My head hurts. My head really hurts. You just see too much of it and you're just like, just stop. Just make it stop. I just want it to stop. Just. The best way that I think to fight this is to tell other people, to wake other people up to it. You don't have to come at it from a religious perspective anymore because now this is so far in your face that it's just like, look, this is what they're doing. This is what they're planning on doing. It doesn't have to be this way, but we can't trust any government to tell us that they're not going to use it for some nefarious means. They've lied to us about many, many things. MK Ultra was a thing. False flags are a thing. Go look up the mice experiment. I can't remember what the name of that one is. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Go look at that. Go look at the apartment experiments that were in St. Louis, I think it was, where they made this. They made these apartments, and each apartment was kind of like Fallout. And I haven't said this yet, but I absolutely believe it at this point. For anybody that doesn't know the Fallout video games, it's a great apocalypse that happens, and everybody goes down into these vaults, to survive the nuclear apocalypse. But every single vault that they run down into does this different experiment on the people that's in it. And some of these vaults have gone, they go for 20 years and then something happens and then everybody revolts and they leave or something. Or there's another one that's like a pure utopia where nobody has to do anything. There's other ones where they pump certain gas into them and they make these people go crazy. There's another one where they didn't put enough food into it to see what people would do and they all turn into cannibals. Then there's other ones that, are perfectly fine except for, just one or two things are slightly off. And then there's other ones where they just start their own religions. But it's the people that made the vaults are the ones that did this. Every vault, they caused this nuclear destruction so that people would go down to these vaults, and then the people that made the vaults are the ones that told the people that run the vaults, how to run it. And it was all experimental. And it's like that's where we are right now. Because you have certain countries that are really, really strict on the guidelines that are going on right now. But you get to the United States, and it's like every single state is different. I'm in Indiana, and we're not nearly as bad as some other people. New York, New Jersey, man, you guys got it hard. I'm sorry. But as far as us, we're still not that bad. We're still able to get around and do stuff, and we haven't been required to do a lot of stuff yet. There's still little things here and there, but it's not nearly as bad. And you got other states that aren't doing anything at all. They haven't shut down whatsoever. They're still going. And we live in fallout now. It's like all of these little places are testing us, and it's for no reason whatsoever. It's just for their amusement. It's what it is. It's this mind manipulation. They're fracturing us. It's a ritual. It's a gigantic ritual. True Stream Media, they put it out that this is exactly how rituals work. You separate everybody. You separate your mind. You fracture the mind, and then you slowly but surely put that information into you, and then it just becomes the normal. And then you're snapped back into place, and you've got this mentality in you. That's what they're doing. They've been doing it to us for years, but now they're just doing it on such a massive scale that I gotta stop. I can keep going. I can keep talking. There's just so much to talk about. Oh, but I don't want to. I just want to stop. You guys take care. First thing we have to do is we have to get everybody to see it, and then we have to fight it. And if we don't fight it, if we just lay back and let it happen, they're just going to run all over you. That's just all there is to it. I'm hearing people now that keep saying that don't fall for fighting it, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to fight it. That we can fix it politically. We can fix it with protests. I still say there's been no. I've said it. I've heard other people say it now too. That there never have been successful protests. There have been protests where they give you back a little bit, but they just keep doing what they're doing. They just hide it. That's the way the world works. That's how this evil has. That's how it's crept back in. Is they give you what you want, and then they make you feel all hunky dory about it, but in the background they're still going. It's slowly but surely it's building, and it's just been snowballing, getting bigger, and now we're at the point where it's like, if we don't do something about it, we're dead. Your freedom is completely gone. So you got to make the choice at this point. I don't know. I put that information out there for you. You guys use it as you're going to use it. You guys take care. I'm going to go. We're going to go be those people, and we're going to drive around to we're probably going to drive around a whole bunch of Walmarts and Targets and stuff just to feel like we're getting out again. We were saying yesterday that wouldn't it be nice to just go back out to a flea market? Because that's all we wanted to do. Just go back out to a flea market. Because that's what we used to do. Every other weekend or so, we would go out and we would just see what's out there. But we're not doing that anymore, because elites suck. But I said, you know what? Then fine. Let's go buy all the non-essential items that we possibly can, or go to all the non-essential places that we possibly can, just to be those people, just to say we did it. I don't know. You people take it easy. God bless you guys. I don't know what else to say. The information is there. Go find it. I don't know. I love you. Take care.